Nice. The microphone is as further away from me as it can be.
Aha.
Because that's how you fix things. And it is far away, and it's set to be on a lower than 100% volume. So I hope it's fine.
Yeah, sounds fine. It's a touch echoey, but it's not that disruptive.
Is it echoey? Oh wow.
I mean, I can hear that you're inside an empty room essentially, but it's not echoing.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't think I'm versed enough in sound design or sound engineering to have ever noticed
Acoustics?
that.
Oh, I've been in a musical family for a long time, so I'm not a sound engineer by any stretch of the imagination, but I definitely have an ear for some things.
Mm. Yeah, my family from my dad's side is mostly music as well, but
Nice.
mostly old old time music. Like my granddad used to play in parties and things, play to to live, to make a living out of just playing music, but it mostly died out with him. So we
My
don't.
family's mostly
we
big
don't.
band or
I love big band.
church bands.
I see.
Yeah, so do I. Oh, it's so good.
It's very forgotten.
It is. It's kind of sad.
Glenn Miller.
Oh, that name sounds familiar.
Dun, da, 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 da,
Yes.
da.
Oh, yes. Holy shit. Oh, it's so nice. I don't know much about names and stuff, but if you hum a tune, I'll usually know. Or people join. Hello.
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 Also, hi, Grips.
Hi. Sorry I'm taking a bit too long to get into Fantasy Grounds. The computer I'm using is being slow as heck.
No worries. We got time.
If I get rolled to be the recap person, someone's gonna have to help me because all I remember is the big battle.
That's kind of all that happened.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
This is the
Yeah, the
easiest
big.
inspiration that I have ever given out. You just have to say, we fought, we almost died, and we fought.
And I did get that 20 on that roll.
Got back up.
Last time on Dragon Ball Oliver.
Dragon Bolivar.
Dragon Ball.
It's just screaming next
polymorphs.
time.
In a world.
You know, the tune that you sang for like 5 seconds is stuck in my head.
It's infectious, man.
What is stuck in your head?
The tune.
Oh. Well, if you want to get it out of your head and get something more fun in your head, go look up Mr. Trollolol on YouTube.
Oh no. Thank you, but no.
Trollololol.
Please don't.
Please don't. Thank you, but no. So, how's your weeks, days been?
Working on group projects.
It's been pretty okay.
And they've been kind of interesting.
I think I'm going on a camping trip this weekend, but I don't know for sure.
Fun. I haven't done that in, I want to say 6 years since we last went to Key West.
I've never been camping.
I've been camping once or twice.
The last big camping trip I went on was when I was like 8.
Oh wow, this one's big for you.
Yeah, and like we went from like the Tetons to Yellowstone, then up to Glacier National Park.
Nice.
It was all summer. Although I don't think it's gonna be like that. It's probably just gonna be like a weekend thing.
Hmm. That's on my bucket list. I want to go see Yellowstone before that mega volcano destroys the U.S.
Yeah, that would be pretty nice.
I welcome its eventual destruction.
From what
I believe it's called a It's called a super volcano.
What did
Well,
I call it?
remember,
I'm
it's-
sorry.
a super volcano.
Oh, okay. So I did call it a super volcano.
Yeah.
It's a caldea, I think. Caldera. I think that's the proper term for it.
Yep.
Caldea? Caldea is what it's FGO.
Caldea, both an R instead of an A at the end. Or no, an R between the E and A. Yes, that's a word, sir.
Yeah, it's a caldera.
It's just a big hole.
Hey, Jade.
Hello.
Yeah, I got. If I want to make someone prone, do I just, for the effect, is it just like prone in all caps?
No.
Hello?
It's...
Okay, there we go.
Hello. And now we can
Sorry,
hear you.
Yeah, my mic's been having a bit of trouble, so if I stay quiet for an unexpected amount of
Did
time,
it work?
just let me know.
It did work.
Oh, it did work. Okay, it's because if you use the condition thingy on the top right of Fancy Grounds, it just says prone with only P capitalized.
Usually it's pretty cap sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I can make people prone.
Mhm. I spent a long time today and yesterday just trying to make sense of Fancy Grounds. The if target condition. Just trying to make
Yeah.
sense because I wanted to make sure that everything was going to go as smoothly as possible. But sadly, the advantage or disadvantage on a saving throw is not a targetable condition. So I cannot make people have this advantage on saves through an effect only by manually rolling. So that's sad. Because at level 6, the Circle of Guardians make monstrosities, aberrations, and whatever make saves at disadvantage against their spells. So I was trying to see if that was programmable. It was not.
Yeah, I think the best you can do is like save :dis.
No, there is a save this or save ADV. Those tags exist, but they are not transferable.
Yeah.
You could potentially make just like a macro for it or something and just remember to plop it on whenever he casts a spell on a specific thing. That's best I got. I'm not a program person.
It's fairly intuitive, but there's some things that just
you just can't do. Yeah, like the auto save at the end of the turn or at the start of a turn. It can't do that normally. There are extensions that do it, but they are paid extensions.
Yeah. And when it gets to when Unity gets more put into it, maybe that stuff will get added in.
Oh, I
naturally
also got one very important thing. Okay, it's fixed. Because Fancy Grounds has an option to allow you to set the dice roll value of each row. So it helps a lot when trying to test like for example, things that only work on crits. And it was on, so anytime you would roll, it would show up to me. Do you want it to roll the dice, or do you want to say what number it will roll as? So, yeah, that is very useful for testing. Especially because of the piercer feat, because it does. I don't know if you've seen it, Hyper, but I've added the D68 and D10 versions of the piercer feat.
So how does it work?
Whenever you crit, before you roll the damage dice, just click the effect. It will add it to you, and it will automatically expend it on your next crit attack.
Sure. You get the reroll thing?
The reroll feature needs to be manual.
Did you get it so that the piercer feat only adds 1 die to crits?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was wondering if that would be complicated.
It's not. There is a on the DMG tag. There is a critical tag. And then if you add that, it will only roll the dice when it crits.
Oh, yeah. There's also that on the weapon meta.
Yeah, but that one is for all weapons.
This is one's less complicated.
Yeah, but extra
This one.
crit dice. But if he for some reason is hitting someone with something that isn't piercing, then it would auto parse, and removing damage is harder than just adding.
Yeah. Cool. So you
Um,
got one for 2-weapon fighting style.
yeah.
That's nice.
Shade, are you having issues with fancy grounds? You are muted.
Forgot to press update, so I'm just have to do that.
Okay. It didn't show up for me, but okay.
Well, I can't. I killed it once I realized that.
Oh, I see. It's because
And
I'm only saying
don't mind my.
because, it didn't say that your version was different than mine, so
It was also just It was also just freezing up on my end.
Okay. Then yeah, then it's better to update.
Also,
it.
don't mind my mute. I have a sandwich that I need to eat.
Oh, don't worry.
That's what I'm munching on now as well.
A sandwich.
We'll see what happens.
I was eating pizza. It was fun.
Nice.
Fun pizza. For some reason, the bakery that is like 2 houses from my house makes the best pizza I've ever eaten. So we just like go to every weekend. We just go there and buy a pizza. It's amazing.
Nice.
And like it got so popular that if you look outside my house on the street, there are like queues forming during Fridays for people to come and buy the pizza. It's amazing.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hello. Oh, I forgot one thing. That thing's called Spoopify.
Spoopy bot.
Spoopify, the thing that plays music.
I should have known. I know I should have been Rust instead of Yamamoto. So Yamamoto.
What is that?
Got all crazy ass cool stuff.
Because of the crazy.
They've all got different. They've all got different fun stuff.
Yo, so like Vay's gonna get kicked out of that church.
I don't know why he went so immediately aggressive.
Like I'm just looking at this next one, and it's like now he's just blaspheming to fuck with Kirei. He's like, I've seen his type before. There's no more value to the words he speaks than in the book he reads from. That's like, oh, them's his fighting words. It's
I'm
like,
waiting for Kira.
damn it.
I'm waiting for Kira to rip out his heart, Mortal Kombat style.
Yeah, for real. Fatality.
That's what I'm really worried about. It's like I specifically told him, like, just don't say anything. Just say I'm claiming sanctuary until the Master of Archer gets back. Just
This is
don't
your fault, by
interact.
the way. You left him unattended.
Yeah, you can't do this. Anyways, that's not the rules.
Okay, I'm sorry. He didn't. He's a non-combatant going into a combat zone. So far, that hasn't worked in his favor, and not mine either. I can at least defend myself, kind of.
Hey man, you never know.
He got sabered. That was nice.
Who
Like-
got sabered?
Everyone
Everybody.
besides
Oh.
Caster, Walter,
I've never
Esquire,
gotten sabered.
Esquire,
Oh, yeah.
Lancer, and Nyx all got sabered. I think the only person who saved was Kane. The rest, all of them took damage.
I've never been sabered.
Really amusing since Kane was the person right in front of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was just
Well,
like,
he also had
hit me.
he also had fucking
Avoidance.
the avoidance, so that doesn't count.
Actually, it didn't hit Esquire or Lancer.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah, he
And,
I did count
and
them.
we were out of range, I think.
Yep.
Only
You
person
just saw.
The only person I've struggled against was Avenger.
Yeah, you just saw the massive flaming sword hit the ground. I was like, okay, that's nice. That's fun. That's fun, right
Yeah.
No, it just like diverts and then and goes specifically towards Avenger.
there. Yeah.
I always enjoy hearing people be happy with, like, or talking about Saber. He's just like, yes, it did the thing I wanted.
He did the
What
one
really
thing.
If I
annoys
have to do it again,
I
under
like
my
the ability.
predictions.
It's a really cool ability, but 300 feet? What the fuck were you thinking?
It's
Yeah,
an
300 feet is
anti-army.
not good.
It's an anti-army.
Okay,
An
you can
anti-army with no
accomplish that with
cost.
100 feet.
It does have a cost.
Oh, it has a cost.
That's
that's right, it does.
anti-city block.
Why do you
Yeah,
think
it's
why do you
almost,
think it didn't explode when I died that other time?
Yeah, the second time.
Well, because
Seems more like anti-fortress to me.
That's-
in
that's
my-
It's
my
actually
opinion. Or
more-
anti-world.
More anti-populace than anti-army, but it's the most appropriate.
Anti-city.
Yeah,
White
It's the anti-innocence.
yeah.
it's anti-collateral damage.
Anti-collateral damage. Yes.
We're about to burn this church.
5 minutes.
I mean,
back?
I will note for my defense, I gave the base concept to the DM, and then he changed it
Yes.
from there.
The
It's
damage
true.
isn't too bad either, so I guess that's a plus too.
Yeah. It's not that much damage.
It's
It's
fire
just a
damage,
worry.
which is the
Yeah.
easiest to resist.
Okay.
It's just a
I
slight-
really
Tell me that
wanted-
again, who doesn't have that resistance specifically, and who instantly dies, regardless of if I save or not.
Just have health.
Look, just
Yeah.
don't fight Saber.
Just
Just
tell
don't
tell
fight
your
Saber.
wizard tell your wizard to not fight.
Just don't fight Saber.
Okay.
That's why you always get the spell absorb elements.
Yep.
No, you
Absorb
just-
elements.
You always
have
pick
to
up
be
absorb
parallel art.
elements.
Oh yeah.
Just be
Just
parallel art.
just
basically
become a
requirement.
servant. It's okay.
It's okay.
Just snipe them from. Just snipe them from past 300 feet.
Yep.
We,
Oh, I can do that.
seems sounds like we need an archer for
Look,
that.
I say just become a sorcerer with the extended spell.
Eldritch Spear.
Yeah, let me get right on that.
That's actually one of the things I want. I want to get that feat that gives you metamagic adept, so I can get extend. It's so juicy.
It's so disgusting, but so nice.
I am
Yeah.
so sad. I am
Personally, I'm considering begging the overseer if I can get at that double concentration thing from Solar Shadow.
That's just a broken feat.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, I
Oh, yeah,
have
they
my
did
spells
that
of
in
concentration.
Tal'Darai.
What am I gonna do? I'm a buffer.
There's a version of it that Mercer did as well.
Yeah.
I think it was in Tal'Darai, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Yep.
it is in Tal'Darai. It's not as busted.
So,
No, it's still
um,
pretty busted.
yeah,
I mean,
it's still
having
pretty
two
busted.
concentration spells is pretty good, but there's a lot of downsides to it that I think it balances it.
I mean,
So
if
I
you're
will
just
Does
gonna
it give
stay
you
a
disadvantage
ranger,
on concentration? What was
I
the
actually-
The only good thing about his feat is that you have to have a really high intelligence to take his feat. It's
Yeah.
like a 16 plus. Or I think it's maybe 18 plus.
No, I think it's 16.
Sorry, I just want to mention this.
What's that?
For those of us who grab shields, remember to make sure they're equipped.
Yep, I've doubly made sure.
No,
Because
I need
that-
shields right
Who
now.
needs shields?
Because that is something I'm
Shields are for
currently
when I run out
fixing,
of
so I can get hit on still at 100% accuracy.
Yep. Even with 20
Shields are for
AC.
wimps.
You have to have a intelligence of 17 or higher.
Just out of curiosity, what happens when you equip something you're not proficient with?
I think
There's
there's a smart.
a penalty. I know there's a penalty, but I don't remember.
You can't. You lose your proficiency bonus for weapons, and I think you have disadvantage on stuff if you wear armor you aren't proficient in.
Hey,
You also lose 10 feet of your movement.
I probably
Yeah.
should have used this shield then.
how do I add a shield to my inventory?
You go in the items and
Or-
drag a shield.
Okay, I'm there, but it's not showing anything.
Oh? There are like
I-
no items?
Tomo.
Well,
Yeah,
I can
no.
see one.
I cannot see any items.
Oh wow.
Do you have stuff in the
I see them.
drop down stuff? You might have looked for something previously and you haven't cleared out the queue, I guess. I don't know.
Or the search bar.
Yeah.
make
that
sure
one.
that your group isn't uncategorized because there's nothing there.
Also, did you do it plurally?
Yeah, it's shield.
It's like if you wear armor that you aren't proficient in, you have disadvantage on ability checks, saving throws, attack rolls, and strength or dex.
I need some
And you can't
sense
cast
level.
spells.
Like I said, you basically explode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
A wizard touches a piece of metal, they explode.
they explode.
No, that's the druid.
Lapsed in
That's the
multi-class
druid,
into cleric.
Yep.
That's
So
why lizards are so fun.
last 5-minute check before we begin because we are already 5 minutes over the time. So make sure
I'll
to
go.
get all your things, go to the bathrooms.
Continue to stream into Fantasy Grounds.
Rar.
Have you not been able to find any items at all?
Okay, so feet. I can access feats. There's no.
Open up the items tab and then get the snipping tool from your computer and like copy and paste what you see so we can troubleshoot.
You can also just create an item.
Yeah, that is true as well. You can just right-click your inventory and create a new item.
Yeah, just create the item. In the effects, I think it's like AC:2. And you have it, equip it.
Oh,
Yes,
also, I don't know
awesome.
if you've seen it, but there is a new attunement tab. Not
Oh,
tab,
okay.
but column in your equipment. It's just
Oh,
blank.
okay. I have an idea. Nope. Let me go to modules and see.
Yeah, that was like going to say. See if you have any
Yep.
modules loaded.
Nope. It literally unloaded all of them.
Oh, that's
Mateus?
amazing. Yes.
I have a request.
Yes.
Mateus, I'm sorry. I keep calling you
Yay,
Mateus.
thank
So we're in Greece.
you are.
At some point, I would very much like to visit Santorini.
What is that?
Yes. I'd say let's just. We're in the middle of this
Okay.
war. Let's talk and just leave. Look, we're gonna follow the strategy from our strategy from the Peril War and just go to Hawaii.
Yes.
No, Santorini is like the remnants. Actually, now that we were talking about a caldera of like an island that got blown up, it's there's still bits and pieces of it there. It's got a very interesting history. You might want to include it in your.
Wait.
Yeah.
It's the Pompeii of Greece.
Pompeii?
The Pompeii of Greece.
Pompeii is different from this. What is this thing that you're talking
Pompeii
about?
is a Vesuvius.
Santorini?
What
It's an
is
island
that?
in the Aegean Sea.
How do you spell that?
I
Santo,
posted the
like
wiki
Saint
page for it.
Santo, and then Rini, like Rini, sorry.
I put
Santo Rini.
the wiki page in the call chat.
Oh, thank you. Oh, it's very, very far south.
And I'm back.
It is very far south.
And people are worried it might actually explode again.
Oh, okay. Here's
Oh,
a.
fun.
Were you able to get the
Sorry, what?
the
I'm
field?
still attempting to download things.
Ah, okay, no worries.
However, I just.
Whenever I see a certain word in just about everything Greek, I'm like, ah, yes. That reminds me of
Actually,
of
I
the
just
person I'm
realized
playing.
something was showing in my inventory
What thing?
stuff. My Mystic Code's a +1 spellcasting focus that isn't being applied.
Hmm.
Oh,
Let me
would
fix
help.
that.
That would help.
Yes.
Spells. +1. Done.
Oh, I figured I was looking through all my tabs. I was like, wait a minute, I'm pretty sure that was part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, I can now hit things more.
Yes. Also, how big is it? Oh god, it's so... Why do the Greek islands are so small? Why?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
They...
They were just born that way. Don't judge them.
No, it's horrible. Because I was like, okay, so they're going to go into this first island, and it's probably going to take like them, I don't know, 2 days to cross the island. Something can happen in the middle. It takes like 5 hours on foot to go from one side of Tinos to the other.
Well, you see, that's why
It's so small, and it's one of the bigger islands.
and that's what. Yeah.
Alas.
That's when I get Phantom Steed.
Just some.
Well, you see,
a
everyone
hippocampus.
I'll say everyone for your next feature, your Mystic Codes, find a way to turn into a vehicle.
Yes.
Mine
have
does
my-
not
I'll
turn
have
into a vehicle.
I'll have my camera do that right now.
Yes.
Hold on.
Just turn into a tank.
My violin / cello turns into a fucking jeep.
Yes.
Now we can
Autobots,
combine all
roll
our
out.
Mystic Codes together, and then
Yes. You create a Megazord.
You know, that is acceptable. This is the proper way to fate.
The proper way to fate. Well,
Yeah,
then,
and then my guy shows up and proceeds to suplex the Megazord.
suplex the Megazord. Yes.
I mean, he could.
He could, indeed. Okay, 5 minutes have gone by. Is everyone there?
Sure.
I am here. However, I might have to leave for a couple, like, 10 minutes.
No worries. Hyper,
'Cause
are
dinner-
you there? Oh no. We seem to have lost a hunter man.
no.
Okay.
Hi.
Oh, you're
There he
here.
is.
Okay. So who is ready for the easiest advantage you will ever get?
Oh,
Not
won't be
me,
me
because
because
I
I
don't
gotta go
remember
for.
anything.
I'll be gone for like 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, no worries. And it's a go. Okay. If I go here, 1, 2. Well, would you look at that? It's the
It's
one
Jared.
person that
Zero.
said, I need to go. Let me try again.
You think
Okay.
it's fuck.
So, Gianna, again,
Oh, thank God.
Yay!
what
Replace the
happened
one I used last time. Okay, so we were investigating the bodies and found out. Now that we did that the other time before that, we were ambushed by a bunch of gnolls and the what I elect to call zombie cow dog things.
Accurate.
Accurate, yes. So we fought against those, and almost all of us dropped except Hunter, who was I MVP of this MVP of that
I will
encounter.
proudly say I
100%.
did not drop.
Oh yeah, you didn't either. You were close, but
Yeah.
not quite.
Not quite.
So yeah,
You-
everybody
you
in the
can-
front row or within 60 feet of anything dropped at some point.
As you can clearly see by all the health totals in the combat tracker.
Yes. So after a few clutch heals, we managed to kill one of the zombie cow dog things, and the other one fled, fearing for its life, and we killed the rest of the gnolls.
And we're gonna rest now.
Yeah, hopefully. And then we have tracks to follow for him, and we also have a cart of fresh and or recent dead bodies.
It's true. So you can.
Wasn't Jiro setting them on fire?
I was, yes. Well, not the ones in the cart. I set the ones on the
Yeah, but the carts were
things on
the carts were empty because they were coming to the pile to get the food to then head back. But yes, you correctly recapped last session, and you can add your little star, your
get my
golden
star
star
back.
of a good job.
Yay.
So, as we had finished last session with Gianna angrily setting the pile of corpses on fire, I would like to know, what do you wish to do? There is indeed a trail made of cartwheel trails and Locrota trails going on the opposite direction from which you came, but at the same time, a burning pile of corpses of different races is not going to smell very good. So I want to know, what are you going to do? Are you just booking
Ollie is
it
walking away from the source of the smell.
back towards the road or forward towards the tracks?
I'm looking for somewhere to rest where they're not gonna get ambushed again out in the open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably the smart.
At least for now.
Just behind the hill or something.
Scouting around, looking for trouble, perception check if possible.
Definitely
if,
not
we
looking
need.
for trouble on my end.
I forgot how messed up everyone is.
Yeah, everyone is very messed up. So,
Short rest or long rest is inbound.
yep. Next, just
I am at
make
about a fourth
sure-
of my health.
Yeah. Each
I'm at
of you just
129th of my health.
just make sure to not shuffle papers too much. At least that's what it sounds like, because it's very loud. So I would like to the people that are actively looking around to make me perception checks.
Very well then.
As you wish.
Go.
Get your inspiration.
I'll say Gianna will not be looking around. She'll mostly be concentrating on setting it on fire and maybe throwing up occasionally.
I shall do the try.
Okay.
It
Oliver,
feels very pain.
mark your inspiration for rolling a 2.
Oh, I get one.
Yes, you get a gold star
She got it too.
for being almost as bad as you could be.
Blind.
So Hunter, as you are the one that was the least affected by this encounter, and the one that has more experience in this type of activity, you notice that most of the wildlife that was somewhat around is just gone after the sounds of combat and the pile of corpses burning. It's just, besides the sounds of the fire, there is no more sound. There is no type of movement. You can see some birds flying away from the fire itself, but you notice that just behind the hill that you guys had come from, it's it's a good enough place for you to settle down and not be affected by the smell or the smoke because the wind is blowing against you, so going in the direction of the fire. But at the same time, you know that the other nose came from that direction, so the smell and the smoke may attract them. If there
We
are
should
any
be
more.
clear for, but not can't tell how long till more show up.
How wonderful.
Either way, we should probably, once we're done with our business here, we should either one, set up another ambush, or two, rest up. Possibly both, same time.
I'm in favor of resting.
Sleep certainly
Yeah, we
took a
should
toll on everyone.
Can't blame you.
rest.
I would like to maybe recoup some of my mana. That would be wonderful.
Hmm. Only issue is where to find a location.
Well, if I was just slightly more powerful, I could maybe provide something, but I can't do that just yet. She looks off in the distance at something, flicks it off. So
I mean, we could just set up camp, or we could head back to the town.
I
The travel back to
Or
town
if we're-
is like an hour.
Or you're feeling particularly zealous, we could head forward and see where these guys are hiding. Sure,
I should be
it's
able
not
to-
the best accommodations, but they probably do have some.
I should be good to go in about an hour. Why don't we take a breather?
Hmm. All right, I'll why don't you guys yeah, let's just deal with this stuff and head at somewhere around here, but not in the line of direction that they came from, of course.
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Yeah,
I want
that'd
to
be
get
smart.
discovered again.
So I would like Hunter to, first of all, is anyone helping in this search for a more appropriate place slash setting up camp?
That's what Ollie was doing in the beginning, but considering he rolled a 2, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
I-
he's
I
more
think-
hurting than helping.
Yeah, I could probably help him.
Okay, so I would like to
Okay.
both Hunter and Edmund, or one of you roll with advantage, to roll me a survival check.
I think we might as well both roll.
I think Edmund has a higher thing, so I'll give him advantage.
Is this survival or perception?
Survival.
Survival.
Yep, so advantage.
Amazing.
oh boy.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. For me, the
I
dice
thought it was a
showed
6.
a 5 and a 6, but okay.
Same here.
Yeah.
23. Yep. You notice that there is a small cave entrance that that is on one of the larger hills that is closer to the road than where you were, but going if you're looking at the map, instead of going straight north to hit the road, it would be northeast. Yes, it would be to the northeast. There is one of the bigger hills. It has almost a cave entrance that is probably it was probably built naturally. It was just natural erosion that caused a small hole in the hill that is maybe at most 20 feet in and like 10 feet wide. So it's a small hole at the side of the hill.
Oh,
So it'd be about there on the map, roughly.
Oh wait, I'm not with the map open.
I'm on Tinos, so is it about there-ish? At least where we are
back.
currently.
Actually, it would be over here.
Oh, we're not that far
Because
from the church, actually.
yeah, the road is mostly like this. So you guys headed to the left of the road. So this hex where the circle is in the middle of is mostly the place where. Let me just share this, just so it goes to the stream. This circle is mostly the one hex where you met the first nulls. So this small cave entrance would be like on the edge over here. So now that you have proper orientation, it would be to the west of where you were, instead of just using the battle map as a thing. So yeah.
Gotcha.
It's going back towards town, but not exactly on the road.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like we got something over here. Admin's gonna direct the group over to the shelter you found.
Gianna will look at it, frown, but not say anything as she like wanders towards it.
Okay, then you can't see the map. Oh. Let me do one thing. Wait. Work, please. Thank you. I have shared it specifically with you. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. So, would you like to set up a watch of any kind? I don't know. I know you don't need to sleep on a short rest, but do you want to set up any type of watch?
I'll take watch.
Okay. Then, did Gianna say
Jiro
that she would?
will also take watch.
Okay. Did Gianna say anything?
Oh no.
Okay.
See, I was gonna elect to say that I would do watch if nobody else wanted to, but since the other people are doing it, she will sit towards the back of the cave. She'll draw a circle to mark off her own little space and just kind of like squat there.
Okay.
Jiro will give Hunter advantage on the roll.
Okay. So, Hunter, if you wish to roll a perception check while I short rest the group.
Right.
Short rest. The party has taken.
How do we use hit die?
So, to use hit dice, you go to the hit dice on your main tab of your
I see
sheet.
all.
And holy Jesus. And you
Wow.
and you click the dice. The dice right beneath your wounds. You just click it. Yep. And it will automatically decrease your hit dice and recover your hit points.
I managed to get one good roll.
Yeah.
His favorite foe, I
Did it
can't remember.
roll
His
for me?
favorite foe on short rest or long rest.
I
No, if you double click
do
it, it'll
not
roll.
remember. Death
Man,
Explorer,
that's
no.
weird. I only had one hit dice, but
Oh wow, I rolled full.
Nice.
Long rest.
I'll do one
Favorite
more.
foes, long rest. Okay.
There's
Wow.
another reason why Hunter's Mark is superior.
Where do we
because
keep
it lasts
track of
for
how
an
many
hour.
hit dice we have left?
It just
says right
shows.
there.
Oh
Yeah.
shoot! I just noticed. I'm sorry. The little dice count
Like-
went down.
So
Nice.
I figured I'd ask: have we taken a short rest since our last long rest?
No.
No, this
No.
is our first.
That is weird because I only had one hit dice.
Oh. That is really weird.
You only gain if you used all of yours. You only gain half hit dice, so
Oh,
it might have
right.
just like defaulted to like one.
That's probably the case. Is I just
Oh,
only
yeah.
start out with one.
Yeah, it would make sense because I think that after the. Wait, no. I don't know. I don't know if there was any point that you guys took a short rest. So, okay. Just remember that
I
you
know,
have.
I know it took a short. I know we took at least one short rest before our last long rest because
Yeah, no,
I
we-
used
we
my
took-
arcane recovery.
Yeah, no, we took one other short rest, and I'm
Okay.
pretty sure I used all mine because I was as per always, very injured.
Yep, and because of how HD back, you get half back, so at all three you get one back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Then it makes sense. So, Hunter, with your natural 20 perception check, during this hour, what you notice is that your your flaming pile of corpses would have stopped burning at around 45 minutes to the end of the hour. Slowly, some wildlife would return, but the only noises that you hear are actually just smaller insects and this type of wildlife. You hear some people on the road, but it's mostly just horses and carts and things like that, just normal road sounds, but
Horses.
nothing. Yes.
No. Let's find those horses and ride them,
Yes.
old Texas style. Just kidding. Well, maybe.
But yeah, nothing catches your attention. It was just a brief moment of respite for you and most likely for the rest of the wildlife around.
I use arcane recovery to gain one spell slot. That's me.
Do we have where is it? Did I see any animals?
You would have seen some smaller animals begin to return to the area at the end of the short rest, yes?
Would it interrupt my short rest if I cast use my primal awareness to use speak with animals?
No, I don't think so.
Cool, because I'd like to maybe speak with a couple of the animals, maybe see what we're up against, or I don't know. That'd be nice.
Sure, go ahead. So would you like to talk to Mr. Random Squirrel?
Or just random squirrel?
Yes.
Why not? Here, fella.
It would just stop.
No, do I have any
look
rations?
Around. As you start to talk to this random animal that was just crossing your path, it stops, looks around as if trying to see what the fuck is talking to it. Then it sees you, and through magical means recognizes that you is the one speaking. So it approaches very carefully, holding a nut on its two hands and looking at
I
you
kneel
curiously.
and let me see. I kneel and do I have any rations on me?
Well, that would be on your
I
inventory.
should
You
have rations.
10 rations.
Cool. How much? I don't think it takes an entire ration
Nah.
to feed this thing. Feed a squirrel, but
Yeah.
I'd like to offer some of my rations.
Yeah, rations is food for a whole day, so yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. It wouldn't take one
Giant
ration.
pet
It would
squirrel.
I'll say it take 5.
5 rations. It just
Pretty
steals all
fast.
your food. As you present it with more food than he actually has on himself, he slowly approaches you and holding his nut on one hand, he
No.
just raises
No, he
the
drops
other
the
and
nut
tries to
and
catch it.
drools. He drops the nut and drools.
He's trying to hoard your food together with the nut that he already had, but it keeps falling and he can't do it.
Oh boy, cute. Anyways, mind telling me what's around here? There's some weird things happening around here.
He looks at you, turns his head to the side.
Oh, well, that is just my friends, my family, other animals. What do you want?
Things that aren't animals.
Oh yeah, we
Like-
saw those weird people that look like cats and dogs, and they're weird.
Those people. You know where they are? How many there are? How many of them are? I offer like as I speak, I'm handing out scraps of food.
Mm-hmm. He's slowly grabbing his food and not even looking at you while speaking, just grabbing food and trying to hoard it. We saw them on the other side of that fire thing. Did you do the fire thing? I thought I saw you do the fire thing.
Yeah. About how many trees away from there where they hang out to the fire?
I don't think it's hard to see. They just cut out a bunch of the trees around the place where they're at. It's just to the other side, you know? Just follow the tracks. It's really not hard to see. Especially you with those big eyes.
The better to hunt you with, my dear.
Yeah. How many are there? Lots? Little group? Family?
He says, I don't we didn't go in to see. They're in a mine thingy. We didn't go in the mine to see, but like there was a lot, but you also killed a lot, so don't know.
Alright then. Prepare for cruelty. Well, I didn't say that, but I'm going to
Don't you dare
attack
touch
with
that
longbow.
squirrel.
I am going to attack with long that squirrel.
Why?
just kidding. Because food.
Because food.
Because
I will-
hunt.
I will cut
You are
I'm
a
joking.
monster.
I'm joking.
He's just trying to grab
Uh,
food.
I'm joking.
As the druid, I must declare war.
I will cut you for attacking cute things. What's wrong with you?
Squirrel
Monster.
I'm
wouldn't count as
joking.
a ration. Too tiny.
So he's just like, you see that he reaches a point where he's like, okay, this isn't going to work. He puts the nut on one of his cheeks, shoves a little bit of a little bit of food on the other side of his mouth, and holds the rest in his hands.
Stuffed leg. Everybody, look! Stuffed squirrel!
Stuffed squirrel.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Oliver cracks.
I'm joking. It's out of that talk is out of character.
Would you
Anyways,
like
that's
to
about
ask
it.
anything else? Okay. Then he just
They haven't been very useful with talking, so they haven't provided a lot of information. So meh. Besides the fact that they're in the mine, I suppose.
They're in a general
But,
area.
I mean, we kind of
Yeah,
already knew that. So. Anyways, that's it.
he
Go along then.
he nods to you while his mouth is full and his hands are full, and he just says "Legendary" and runs away. You can probably gather that he was telling you that his name is Jeremy.
Oh, they have names.
Cook Jeremy.
No.
Yes. Just kidding.
Yeah. Jeez.
I go hunt small
All
prey.
we have to do is remember his name, and then we can find locate creature.
Low-key creature.
Find that squirrel
Yes.
later.
Then we can find and kill his whole family, all according to plan.
All
Yes.
according to plan.
All according to Cake.
All according to Cake.
All according
Cake
to
is a lie.
As the squirrel leaves, Gianna will just look curiously at Hunter. So, you can talk to animals.
I don't know. Can you use magic?
Well, yes, that's clearly what I can do.
Then I don't see
He's
how strange that
obviously a
is.
Disney princess.
Do I look like a girl to you?
Was Disney even a thing yet?
Yes, it
I don't
was.
know, man.
I think. Pretty sure it was.
Not
I
like
think
what you would call modern Disney, but yeah.
Yeah, they'd be like Snow White and stuff.
Old
It was
Disney.
Now you
probably
get-
like
you get,
not
like,
Mickey
Steamboat
Mouse, it
Willie.
was Oswald the Rabbit.
Yeah, the Steam and boat videos.
Steamboat Willie was around this
yeah.
time, I think.
Yeah,
That was also out of character.
yep. Disney was made in 1923, so yeah, it had 7 years going strong.
Huh. Well, I can talk to other people. I've just never figured out how to talk to animals. That's just curious.
Perhaps I'll teach you in some time off, perhaps if you like.
I am
Something special.
always interested in magical theory. Well, at least
Alright.
Gabriella is. I'm not. You can talk to her, or through me to her. You can hear him, right? Yeah, she can hear you, so it's fine.
Oh, I see how it is.
I always get
Well, it's not too,
confused.
well, it's not it's not advanced magic, so should be easy enough. Anyhow,
I should be able to understand that.
relatively.
I always get confused when Gianna is talking to her sister because I always think it's
That's the
it's
point.
going to come to me, and I'm like, what? Do I need to answer? What?
Can I make another roll to see if I see her?
Sure, roll another d100.
Oh, it's a D100. How do I do that one actually? I don't see the.
You right-click the d10, and it will show a percentage.
Aha. Here
My
you are.
character thinks my character thinks it's your patron. I think.
As a cleric, I'm insulted.
As a cleric, I'm insulted. Nope, you do not see.
Sad day.
I shall just consider her and see.
Look, just assume that she's crazy.
Just assume she's crazy. It works
I'm gonna
out
have to
She's
better.
not
start
crazy.
assuming it because
My character never assumes they're crazy. He just assumes that that's their specialty.
That's their specialty.
Just,
I talk
it's
to
assuming their
invisible
magical
things.
prowess. I can see things.
Oh, that's your magic power. Cool. Okay. Now how much can and I get paid for this business? That's basically how it thinks. He's not gonna get in your business.
Okay. So, what you all doing?
Gio
Resting,
would actually suggest taking
tracking.
extending the short rest into a long rest.
You can
Really?
do that.
We could,
Yeah.
but we shouldn't.
We'd have to wait the entire day.
Yep.
It's technically only been like what 2 to 3 hours since we
you
woke up.
Yep.
Look, we only got what, like 12 more hours?
Sure.
We'll be fine.
We'll attack it during the night.
I'd rather not.
I can see in the dark. It's fine.
You
I can see in the dark. It's fine.
You can.
You can.
Just get the dark vision spell. You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
No, actually, I'll be casting the
Just
light
don't
spell.
be-
You guys are not gonna like that.
Just don't be human. I reject my human.
Well, we all technically are human.
Oh, the
Joking.
human only game.
The human only game.
Are we?
You see,
Are we?
See, I
humans?
enjoy starting with an extra feat.
Yeah.
Gianna will just be sitting like more like squatting in her makeshift zone, just kind of sitting there waiting for something else to happen.
She could just spread out her bedroll using as a blanket on the ground.
So I've been meaning to
Jiro
ask
is
you
in
guys.
Seiza.
Cool.
Cleaning his sword.
Actually, now I think about it, I'm going to with the rest of the ration, which is I'm going to say is bread. I'm going to give it to the rest of the party. So
Okay.
I'm going to mark a ration off.
Sure.
Nice.
Okay.
It was
What were you
about
saying?
lunchtime anyway.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Grapes?
Jiro is in Seiza cleaning his sword.
Ollie's like very eyeing all of you very curiously, and he's just gonna come out and ask it because he's been meaning to ask for a very long time. What are you all doing in such a small island?
Work.
Do you want the short answer or the long answer?
I usually enjoy the long answers more.
I think Hunter over here already gave the short answer. Yeah, let's
Well,
hear it.
the short long version is that we're here investigating the bad things that have been happening.
Okay, makes sense.
Yes, we've been hired by some shifty individuals. Well,
We're just monster hunt. Well, sorry, out of character.
In Tino's?
We're just some
Shifty?
mercenary folk, you know, doing some odd jobs and checking around here and there, seeing things all checking and out, and perhaps, of course, getting rid of some of the problems that you might have.
Also getting paid.
Well, specific problems, of course, but you know.
Jiro continues cleaning his sword.
Interesting. Okay, I was just curious. I came to Tino's trying to escape that life. It seems to have followed me here.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you have backstory.
Don't we all?
Go to a city. Go to America. Okay.
I come from America, actually.
Oh, what part?
Oh.
I am from Pennsylvania.
Ah, I see.
Actually, just made that on the spot. Because I have no idea where the fuck he was from.
Just make sure to note it
Jiro
somewhere.
opens and Jiro looks up a
America.
little. Jiro looks up a little. I heard Greenland's nice this time of year.
Greenland's not in
cleaning
America.
sword.
I think it's speaking of Iceland. Greenland is actually the first in Hellscape.
I know what I said. Cleaning sword
You
more.
have jokes.
You either have jokes or a really strange definition of a vacation.
I like snow. It's
each
pretty
their own.
nice.
I've actually never been in snow.
I'll take you to Greenland sometime.
That sounds like hell, but interesting.
I mean, they have hot springs up there, so it's a nice place to hang
There
out.
we go. Now you're getting my attention.
I mean, we could go to Japan, but I'm pretty sure Japan wouldn't like us there.
Inside check.
You don't get
I say, what
don't
did
get
you
much.
do?
You don't get much snow back home anyhow.
Not much.
You do get a fair bit of snow in Pennsylvania.
Where I'm from, it's all but snow.
I've lived in the boot of Italy for as long as I can remember, aside from my tours to Europe.
Oh, I'm sure you get into all sorts of trouble in Italy.
You have no idea.
Well, investigator in Italy. Well, yeah, I can imagine.
It's more of a. It's complicated. No, don't you say anything. I know they can't hear you, but don't you say things.
You know, I'm starting to wonder if she's there. I haven't been able to see her yet.
It's like she'll stop. What? Wait, hold on. What did you just say?
I said I haven't been able to see her yet.
Well, nobody can see her except me, technically.
Ah,
Okay.
So you aren't just crazy.
All right, that's first off, that's insulting my sister, but more importantly, that's insulting me, and I will not stand for that.
Your sister, huh?
But you're
Yeah.
gonna die for it.
So you have a way to keep people all in spiritual form, so to speak, huh?
Not just anyone. It's she'll like
Family
pause
thing?
and like frown. She'll look off to the side, have like a mental conversation by the looks of it for like a couple seconds.
It's not my
It's
business, of course,
complicated.
but I can't deny that I'm always curious about these things.
Yeah.
It's
This seemed interesting.
complicated. That's the best way I can describe it.
Well, don't say what you don't want to say.
Well, so far I haven't.
Is it proceeds to roll a natural 19 on Arcana? And okay, let me think. Let me think of a good thing.
Were you
that
just
sounds
rolling naturally,
magic-y.
like randomly, or were you actually trying to?
No, he this time he was trying to figure it out.
He would
So is it?
have mostly heard about, mostly in some odd jobs, about people, no, not people, but like spiritual form being, a thing that like maybe ghosts, maybe associated with ghosts, but that's about it.
Is she like a? Did you like build your sister from like a familiar or something like that?
It was a familiar, we could
will
see it.
stop and like start to refute it, but then like pause, look back to the side, have another mental conversation. That is actually the most descriptive way you could say it, honestly.
Because ghosts can be turned into familiars, and well, that's the best way of putting it.
Well, I know.
And
I've
then
always
he
worked for the
continues
church, so ghosts.
Then he starts sharpening his sword.
Huh.
Yeah.
How a different perspective changes things. I've never heard of that. Of course, I've lived with the church most of my life, so whenever you say undead is a familiar, you're usually dead by morning.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, like I said, hard to vigilate. Is
So long
Church
as
is very strong.
it isn't undead, so long as it isn't an apostle, you should be okay.
Oh, what? Oh, wait, you talking about those dead folks?
Yeah, the bloodsuckers.
Oh, those? No. Gabriella is more. Again, familiar is the best way to describe it. She's connected to me via my magic circuits.
A wraith turned
Reasonable
familiar.
enough.
Sort of. Well, let's go with that, just to avoid further confusion.
I mean, I find that ghosts are ghosts and ghosts are ghosts, and she sounds like a ghost. So.
Well, that's a little insulting. I know she doesn't care, but.
Wouldn't have taken you for a necromancer, though.
Well, I'm not a necromancer.
Oh, there's a different. Necromancy is using undead parts as weapons. No, she's just using it's a different thing entirely. Jiro says not knowing anything about magic.
Well, that's not the only thing that necromancy encompasses. Necromancy also encompasses speaking with the dead and being able to see them, so this is very much necromancy.
True enough.
In some cases. But necromancy, in and of itself, is a bit more using the undead as parts. That's generally the consensus.
Depends on the family. Depends on the mage.
Yes, that also is true. My my family were not necromancer. Well, no, we're not. Father's a great many things, but he's he's too spineless to be a necromancer. I will make fun of him. Don't you say anything.
You'd be surprised.
Jiro notes this into his large mental book of things to use.
He puts into his big brain.
Yeah, no, I'm not crazy. She's actually there.
I don't doubt it.
I'm not saying
you
you're
don't need
not.
to deny anything.
Look, okay. What's Jiro holding besides his sword? What tool is he using?
A whetstone.
Hey, as you're like moving the whetstone, a spectral blue hand just kind of like makes a grab for it.
Arcana check.
Sure.
Yeah, ditto, actually.
Sure.
Yeah, might as well.
Go
I
for
want to
it.
identify this is a cantrip, a certain mage hand.
Yeah, that's precisely what it is.
Ah, wait, wrong one.
Eat pancake. Oh no.
It's not the pancake skill, dude.
It's not the pancake skill
There.
check.
That's
Athletics.
Still not it.
Oh, Jiro with his intelligence, Jiro with his big brain.
No, he
His
like,
flexes his
muscle
brain.
brain.
So hard.
grabs the ghost hand. None of that.
It disappears and then comes back, just like shaking its finger at you.
Yeah. The one
And
thing
yeah, I
Jiro
did it.
holds his sword close to him like a baby.
like a baby. The one thing though that oh god. Okay. Someone just threw something in the tower, but okay. Though the one thing that Oliver would note, because he's the one that rolled decently well.
But I rolled perfectly fine.
Sure.
I ate a pancake.
It's a cantrip. It ain't that too hard.
Gianna didn't seem to cast anything to make this hand appear.
Oh,
Mm.
so it's you then.
Like it said, she's linked to me via my magic circuits. So it's technically me casting the spell, but she is the conduit for the spell.
Interesting.
Yes.
So your sister's a magical hand.
Well, not just a magical hand. She has more parts to her. You just can't see them.
Sounds like a necromancer to me.
Magical hand.
Joking.
Jiro sheaths his katana.
Well, it's nice having a little bit of chit chat, but shall we?
Mm.
Oh, that's right. We're doing horrible things. Fun.
I think we should investigate the mouth of the tunnel.
Yeah.
After that, and we isolate the source of the problem. We can perhaps maybe stake out around under.
Yeah, I'm relatively eager to root this problem from this island.
Yes.
Can run.
How do you rename your skills? I want to rename all of mine. This is amazing.
You can't rename them, but you can add new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everyone should try to be careful. I'm not gonna be able to get many people up if they go down.
I do have a little bit of mana to help with that, but it's let's stay on the caution side. Let's scout primarily.
Agreed.
My key is basically drained out for a while.
I won't be able to heal you quite as much, but I do have a spell or two in me.
I'm clean out. Make 2 more arrows. That's about those 2 more nades, but that nothing.
So, we might as well check it out, but engagement might not be in our best interest right now.
Agreed.
We'll see. Cool, we go.
Yep. And we're
Let's do it.
Away we
Stealth
go.
check.
Do you want to proceed stealthily?
Please.
I do.
Someone please cast Pass Without Trace.
Yes.
So
sure.
here,
Not until
here's
2 more
the problem.
levels, bro.
I
Actually, 1 more level.
picked that up as my next level spell.
Haha.
We're level 3.
For the fourth
Looks like
level.
I don't need to pick it up, JK. Because you're casted every time, because I don't have anything else to do, because I have not a lot of spell slots, and you do.
I mean, right now, out of character, I have a 2nd level spell slot and a 1st level spell slot.
Yes.
I have 3 first level spell slots, and that is all.
But they are all gone.
Do you need me to roll stealth?
I want everyone to roll stealth.
Oh, very well then.
This is not going to end well.
Oliver, my dude.
Oh, wow.
Now 1, though.
This is where you use Pass Without Trace.
Everyone else did alright.
Oliver falls into the pit of 50 nulls.
There you have it. Inspiration point gone.
Sure. Please just remember that it's an advantage roll and not a reroll. But okay.
Oh, it is? Okay, then just kidding. I take the 1.
Okay.
I added it back.
Your average
For the
is
reroll count.
above average because of the 23 and the 20, and you dragging it back, it would average to around. Let me just
calculate
something right here.
Calculating.
Sure. Okay, you are above the requirement of passive perception. You would then, I assume, head back on the path that would actually, instead of assuming, would you guys go back to the pile?
Definitely not.
I'd say we
Around
at least check it out, or
Yeah,
at
we
least
should.
at least see that if there's anything that like is scrounging through it. But
Yeah, we
maybe
might
not.
be able to get another ambush, and then we can, if we defeat those guys first, then we can head back home because we can get rid of some of their members before we attack again. You know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what you see as you stealthily head back to the pile is that it's there are still some I think the correct word in English is embers, because the translation is messing up in my brain. Yes, there would still be some embers even after your talk, because it was a very big pile and your fire burned for a while. You would see that poking at this pile and trying to make sure that it is, not salvageable in any way. The person with the highest passive perception, I think it's Edmund and
mine.
Hunter. You both have 17. You two would notice there are like 2 gnolls poking at the pile with spears, and like 3 hyenas trying to sniff out something, trying to salvage what is on the borders, but they don't have a cart. But you also notice that the 2 carts that were with the Locrotus are now gone. Would you like to engage this small group?
Should we follow them to the base, or should we
I think it'd be better
take him now?
I think it'd be better to take him out now. That way we can get.
Yeah, best to take him out right now.
Sure.
Very well.
I'm in favor of waiting to see where they lead us.
I have that stinking suspicion too, but we have a couple of good trackers, so we should be okay because we have the Locrota and also the cart tracks, and now these guys as well, since I would have come from there more than likely. So we have several track points, in theory, that we could follow.
All right,
I just realized that my
surprise
Mystic Rose is actually pretty useless in my first level, because everybody is always going to give me help on finding where these guys are tracking.
For now.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's
For
not
this
always.
specific situation, yes.
I mean, to be fair, my message code isn't the strongest.
Has
But
not been used once.
to be fair, pushing things slightly away so I can run away hasn't come up
Hey.
yet.
Hey, I deliberately chose the simplest one,
Yeah.
which is ammo.
+1. Yeah. Ammo and a +1. Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to play somebody
A
yet.
+1, huh? That's pretty good. That's really good. Well, then again, it might not scale, so I can't judge.
So you are engaging?
Yeah.
Surprise round.
Yes.
Okay, so
Map.
I will not use a battle map, nor will we roll initiative. I would like to use a thing that I even talked about in one of my videos, plug, which I call a cinematic. I would like for each of you to describe what do you do in the process of helping to deal with this small group of enemies. You can use whatever resources, skills that you have. And you can as well combo off of each other, and in the end I will just compile the results. So go ahead.
You see, I nuke them from orbit.
From orbit.
I develop a nuclear bomb. You see.
Yes.
Well, you see,
Or
I
American,
summon a
you see.
servant.
American, you see.
I'll just primarily be using cantrips. So I'll be sitting back like 60 odd feet and just whoever hits something and it doesn't die, I'll spam Toll the Dead on it until it, falls over.
Mm-hmm.
Jiro would just, run up and start hacking and slashing at things, as is his way.
I feel like Edmund would go to the other side just to flank it.
Ichigo's just supporting fire for Jiro.
Mm-hmm.
Climb a tree and let me see. What smell is it?
I was really hoping you were just gonna end there.
Yeah, climb a tree, shoot down with arrows, grasping arrow. That's it.
Okay.
Ollie does a bit of a duet with Gianna, and as she rings her bell, he plays his violin and kind of tries to harmonize with it and strikes whatever she strikes.
Mm-hmm.
The Toll the Dead just sounds like this loud church bell going off in the distance.
And he starts playing choir music.
Yeah.
Ominous
Choir music. Yes.
But yeah,
choir music.
Beautiful.
As Jiro runs down and the cover fire from the arrow with a... Would your grasping arrow be like an arrow with a net? Or would it be purely magical?
It depends on the situation, because I can either fabricate it or I can make it magical. So I'd say in this case it would be wait, we know that Edmund's magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll use the magical version because it's it's less quote unquote mana.
Okay. You then fire as this big this arrow that goes higher up than Ichika's arrows lands in the group, mostly constricting their movement. Jiro's quick to stab most of them as random bolts of silvery light hit the nose and some of the hyenas, as the sound of church bells makes the two hyenas explode, and one of the nose falls to his knee and is pelted by Ichika's and Hunter's arrow until it falls to the ground. As the last hyena is running backwards from where it came from, Edmund just jumps out of a bush and shillelagh it back to the group, and the body falls dead. The last looking around, stuck in this net that he cannot escape, this magical constriction.
Well, he can escape, but he just takes damage.
Yeah.
Every time, it's like barbed wire.
I know. He's stuck in this this constricting magic. Jiro just stabs him through the chest, and he also falls dead. So, would you like to do anything else?
Get the arrows back.
That was cool! We should do that more often!
Yeah, you're a little bit too enthusiastic about that one.
I'm sorry. I don't get to do things very often. This is fun for me. Plus, they deserve it. I think. They deserve it.
They do. Looks at
Yes,
burning the embers of the corpses. But that's, of course, if you're a person who cares about that stuff anyways.
I'd rather them be cremated than just, desecrated on the ground. It's a burial ceremony. So I'm technically doing my job as a cleric. That's fine. Don't you judge me.
I'm not judging you.
Jiro will look around for the
Look at
tracks that should be around.
Yes, there are indeed tracks leading from. It's not even that hard to notice the tracks. You didn't even need to roll. At least until the other hill, where you guys saw the first the carts and the Locrota group coming from. Until there, because they came down running the hill and stuff, it's very easy to identify the tracks coming from that direction. When you get to the hill, you can faintly see the cartwheel tracks through the grass, but after some time it does get a little bit harder to actually track it. That is, if you wish to follow, and it's up to you.
Well, I'll be waiting for the others.
So, while we're thinking, I suppose, what's our strategy?
We could smoke them out. That's one.
Okay, there's one problem. I distinctly remember one of them screaming for the queen, or something along those lines, where it's like the corpses were for the queen, and apparently they were coming to pick it up.
If something might be like that, then I don't think we have the stuff necessary right now. I think that we should camp outside the entrance, kill anybody who comes out. Queen won't. And if the queen or a sizable force comes out to greet us, we run.
Jiro will raise a hand. There is a tactic I learned of from a thing I'm not going to tell you where I learned it, but...
The war? The Great War?
I guess. Anyways, I wasn't really around then. We could stack, like green wood. Could stack green wood in there and light it on fire, and literally smoke them out if they're in a cave. And they seem like monsters that would live in a cave.
Do you happen to have any green wood on you?
We're in a forest.
I mean, the one thing I'll mention with that is I kind of like Hunter's plan more, because we're not ready to fight an entire
horde.
Yeah.
It's fine if they come out in small waves, but if we're smoking them out, then they will most likely come out.
It's not really smoking them out. We're literally choking them in there.
Well, then they'll start coming out.
Exactly. And who knows how many they'll come. They might come out in ones or twos or tens, but eventually. Well, I'm not too worried about it. We've been able to handle almost all of them
that last one just barely
looks at the blood splatters on the ground from us. You sure?
Considering how many corpses they needed for that queen, I don't think you better be. I don't think it'd be best if you underestimate it.
I mean, I think it's worth a shot. It's just noting the fact of we need to be ready to run.
Let's look at their defenses. Let's look at what they have. If it's like maybe say a couple barricades, and we notice that the cave is no bigger than I don't know, the one that we were just in, then perhaps I could see that. But if they said it's a mine,
it is. They did.
It's the tried and true method that we used in the war. Let's wing it.
No, don't.
I mean, if it's...
I actually have an idea. We could collapse the mine.
I could do that.
Work.
I could do that temporarily, but I think that'd be better as an exit strategy.
If
we need one.
Depends on what kind of mine it would be, because if it's something like coal,
that would be doubly effective depending on whether the locals need it. But I doubt it would be effective that depends on the type of mine too. They might have multiple entrances, exits, or
I don't have that one prepared. I could have. Damn it.
Well, then the more reason to hit and run.
Or just go in there, kill them all, then leave.
Well, again, I'm worried about how many are left and the queen. There's the problem.
I mean,
The queen will be big.
if you feel like you can kill them all, feel free.
Let's.
I mean,
The rest of
probably,
it's strategy.
we've probably tapped out a lot. We've probably tapped out a lot of. We've probably tapped out a lot of their forces since we've killed two of those dog things, and and
only
what
one.
it's been over 24 hyena creature thingies, whatever they are.
What basis do you have that's most of them?
It's quite a force.
It's quite a force.
If they're in a mine, they wouldn't be able to hold that much.
Depends on the mine.
Unless she can, I don't know. Unless she's like a bee and can just, pop them right out.
That's
not that much. Not that's so many soon. That soon, unless it's some sort of magic.
I would like.
Or worse, a phantasmal creature. But even then, I'd say at maximum it feeds on the corpses that we're eating and turns them into their minions. I don't know.
I would like.
But considering we just burned a couple of theirs, they should be exhausted for now. But if they have other sources, go ahead.
I would like Jiro to roll me a nature or arcana check. I would like Oliver to roll me a history check.
Oh boy.
Oh.
My arcana's being pretty good, despite the fact I know nothing.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Not doing too well this time around.
Let me just check one thing. No. Where is it? It should be here. God damn it, where is it?
The one time I play a character that has an intelligence bonus of less than 2. Not that it would have helped.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do you know, Jiro? On average, Null pack has, I think I have this noted here. Let me just check one thing. This.
The average null pack is 700 members.
Has 700 members.
Exactly 738 to be exact.
Yeah. Counting.
No more, no less.
Both gnolls and their pets, that include locrotas and hyenas, there are typically around 50 to 60 of them.
What the heck? We've killed, what, maybe 20-ish?
I'd say it's closer to 15, but I could be off.
Yeah.
I think it was
like 10.
No, I think it was 20 to 25.
You killed one gnoll on the mine with a couple hyenas. Then you killed, 3 gnolls when you arrived. Then more 7 gnolls. So 10.
And
11
now.
plus the hyenas and 1 locrode. So closer
like,
to 20.
Hyenas and pets, like all pets included, it goes up to like 60, right?
Yeah.
So there was like 10 hyenas to 1 gnoll from that mine thing. So we should have maybe like 20-ish combatants left. Maybe 30.
Let's make it less. Number 2, cannot be too careful.
So we've maybe exhausted half, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
That's
Disconcerting.
not really. That's a little bit more hopeful. But
That's pretty well, but we're not in any state to take on the other half.
Yeah.
sadly, yes.
The Knolls themselves aren't a
I
problem.
mean,
If
you
they
could
any of
always
those
head
beasts
back
with
to the
them.
town. You could always head back to the town, take a proper rest, then come back and murder them all.
Hey,
So
DM.
you suggest we do that now, or see if we can scrounge it out about their defenses? Maybe
I think we should
kill
at
a few
least take a
sentries
look.
as a warning.
We should maybe scout them out, then leave, and rest up.
We shouldn't deal with any of the. We shouldn't let them to our presence at all. If we do, then who knows if they might move.
Yes.
They already do. Well, if they're smart,
They
just
don't know
use
we
the
found
corpses.
Yeah. But
They know that they've been killed, but they don't know that we found the date. And
Yeah. Shade, what do you want to ask?
sorry, this is something I vaguely remember, and I feel like I'm blanking on it. Do we have a time limit based on for the Argo?
Something, yes. It will take a week for the Argo to go to the last island, and a week for it to come back. So.
Okay, I just want to keep that in mind for if we were going to long rest.
We have
Yep.
12 more days.
You are on the second day right now, so
12 more days.
Yeah.
I want to make sure it wasn't like you guys. We have 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, you have more time. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, then we're not worried. I just want to double check because I was like, I vaguely remember this, but I don't remember the time limit. Okay. Yeah, I think it would be best for us to go check out the defenses.
I think that would be best.
Make the decision from there if we want to try to engage or if we want to retreat.
Okay. Then I would like for you all, if you are going stealthily, to roll another stealth check.
Yes, I would like not to die. Stealth.
Pretty good.
Better.
that one did bad.
Damn it.
Well, at least I didn't roll a
Pretty
1.
good.
Hey!
Hey.
We're getting lucky.
Indeed. Holy, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so, no, wait, 1, 2, 3. Half of the body is proficient in stealth. Okay.
And this is just a good party.
Indeed. Okay, so,
I have many proficiencies.
Let's say, also full caster, no stealth proficiency gang.
yeah.
I mean, I have disguise self, so who needs
Who needs stealth? I would like to then the person who is following the tracks to make a survival check, and if they are being helped, with advantage.
Okay, Hunter, I'm helping you.
All right, survival check.
Yep.
Oh wait, not advantage. Sorry.
Just roll again.
to.
Okay.
Better.
Yep. Without issue, you can follow the cartwheel.
Oh wait, I already
tracks.
have advantage anyways.
It's true.
Mystic Crowd.
It's very true because there were Locrotas involved. If there were only nose, you wouldn't. But as the Locrotas were mostly the thing that was making the track, yeah. And you also note that in the same track that was headed your way, there is a track like mixed in it going on the opposite side, and with small drops of blood that you can assume to be from the Locrota that escaped. I don't know why.
One escaped?
One escaped, yes.
Yes, one bolted.
As soon as it got to half health, it just ran.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah, they
can
probably know already.
easily determine that the blood is from them. And the track that they took makes them. If any of you are looking on the Tina's map, I have drawn another arrow to point to where they actually would end up being.
Okay.
So
it'd be
considering that the area in which you encountered them was somewhat like over here in this circle. To the left is where you took your rest, and to the right, the arrow in the right shows you where the track went. You start following the track, and it goes parallel to the road until one point where there is a bigger hill instead of and it's more of a sharp incline. So instead of going through that, you notice that the track diverges a bit northerner, the English.
To the north.
Yes, and it is a very steady track that leads somewhat upwards, because as you can see from the map, you are basically in the base of a mountain somewhat. So it starts to slowly go up until it reaches a place that you remember your small furry friend saying that they had cleared out the wood around, and you can easily see a big clearing that is not natural closer to the to one of the higher hills that is actually connected to the mountain itself. And I assume that as soon as you see the clearing, you would either tell the party or stop or advance slowly. So I will give you more information according to what you decide to do.
So, is there like any fortifications or anything in front of the mine?
Make a perception check. 21. From where you are, this is this part that you're looking at, closer to the actual basis of the mountain. It is very heavy in forest and foliage. So to see this clearing, it's a bit hard, but at the same time it's a big clearing, so you can actually see it. What I'm trying to say is, if it was not a clearing, seeing anything inside this more heavy forested area would be hard. But as it is a relatively big clearing, you can also, and I assume that you have diverted a bit from the path, see an opening in this clearing from which the carts clearly were passing through, because there are cartwheel tracks in the dirt. And you see that this clearing has a semicircle shape, with it being cut in the middle by the actual hill itself. And you see what seems to be indeed a mine entrance. There is an archway made of wood that isn't actually circular. It's just two pieces of wood, one of each side, then a bigger piece of wood on the top. There are what look like mine carts thrown to the side, very rusty. The inside of the mine is very dark, like no light at all coming from inside there. There are indeed minecart trails on the floor that you can see that they come out of this mine entrance, but you cannot see any gnolls around or lacrotas or anything by that matter.
So we can see essentially in front of us an empty mine.
An empty mine entrance, yes.
Okay.
Just because it wasn't addressed, the history check that I asked of Oliver was not a result high enough for him to know something, so that's why I didn't address it.
Gotcha. Well, there it is. There doesn't seem to be any defenses? That's very weird.
It's probably
That
like
means
a
they're
trap.
very confident.
Or very
Well,
stupid.
it's either that or there's a trap.
Or that.
Or both.
Or all three.
I'm gonna say we head back to town and rest up properly.
That seems...
You could get a few of them, though, if you want. Make a bit of noise.
I
think we've made plenty of noise.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of directly poking the hornet nest, as the saying goes.
Well, it won't be poking, and it won't be that troublesome if you have a real long stick for its bow.
Trust me when I say
And a bow.
hornets can fly really fast.
That, and we can't see any of them. You'd have to get in there, and that's probably where the trap is.
No, I'm saying that we lure them out with a bit of noise.
Exactly. They'll probably not leave if you're making noise. That's exactly the thing.
They might not. But if they're simple creatures, they will. Guards be guards.
Does
Here's
it
an
look like
idea.
those guards? I'm pretty sure it's a trap, and they're not gonna step in their own trap.
Gianna,
They know which way to get out. And we'll see.
can you make the ground rumble?
On the way. But whatever. Whatever you wish. If we're heading out for a rest, I can't complain about that.
What was the question?
Can you make the ground rumble?
If you would have asked yesterday, I could. I didn't prepare that today because it didn't work last time, and now it's just seems to be a recurring
Out
problem.
of character, I was talking about thaumaturgy.
Oh, well, I was thinking of earth tremor. Well, there is a way that I can do it. It's rather minor, but I do have the capabilities.
Well, maybe we should go back so that you can go ahead and prepare that spell. It might be useful if we're going into a cave.
Well,
I might be able to use my trick to try to sneak through.
Which trick?
The cat.
Oh, that one. Ooh.
Yes, because they won't eat the cat.
No, but depends. Most traps are meant for humanoids. Probably if it's a pressure plate, might not trigger a weight of a small creature like that.
Think they can create pressure plates?
I assume the worst. Tripwires, you know what I mean.
You'd probably be more in danger of getting captured by a net. Gnolls aren't the smartest creatures.
Yeah, I assume that it's for the worst with places like this. It was just a note of I could try de-scouting, but who knows how effective it'd be.
But the one spell that shakes the earth, it's very it would be better served collapsing the cave than it would be making noise.
I can
The other one,
use
the
an
smaller
explode.
one, it wouldn't really be powerful enough to shake the entire cave. It's like she points at a tree and it rustles a little bit. That's about it.
What about if we get some dynamite? Sit
Or
it out in front of the cave.
Oliver?
Not you just to make a big ass noise.
Oliver,
Yes.
you
You want me to procure some?
you have friends at the mine. I need to go there anyway. I need to go rock
They
hunting.
want their vengeance. It's simple as
I
a matter
think they're gonna ask
payback,
questions
and
if I start asking them for some dynamite. It's not like I can just go, hey,
Well, I can flutter my eyes, maybe do a little hip sway. You know,
well,
something.
you're welcome to try.
why don't you both
Respite
do it
time.
together?
I mean-
Somehow
Not
I
that
don't
simple.
think Nicholas is going to be into that.
Well, you never know until you try.
I mean, I could just swipe someone no one's looking.
Or we could and talk about how we basically saved their lives, and that, you know, seeing
That
some vengeance
really
dealt out
needs-
wouldn't be too bad on the record sheet.
Yeah, still asking for
As far
dynamite
as
is a
they
bit.
knew, it was just some wild animals.
Yeah, that's
We're
true.
asking for one stick of dynamite.
No,
One stick would do it.
I'd prefer to get
explosives
as
allowed.
many. I'm thinking more of collapsing the cave, not so much making noise. I'm thinking of just collapsing it.
Just
I can do
blowing up
that
the cave.
instantly if you want.
Well, let's not do that yet. But we should spend the day getting as much resources as we can, and then plan A is maybe wander in a little bit, see what this queen is, or if they have captives or something. I doubt they do, but considering the corpse pile. But you never know.
Here's an idea. We drag some of the corpses back from over there and bring them over here.
Well, they're a bit
stab
charged.
and stick them to the ground for terror tactics.
I don't think.
I'm not really in favor of that. I actually knew some of those people.
No, I said the kobolds. The
Oh.
humans.
You think
My bad.
if the gnolls cared about their own kind in that way, perhaps, but they're more just a little smarter beasts, if anything.
Yeah, I'd
Creatures
assume they just eat them.
Perhaps.
We'll just make them more angry
Also-
rather than scared.
Perhaps. But depends on the creatures.
Yes, and these are gnolls.
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 They're basically hyenas, and hyenas are actually known to eat their own at times, so...
Ollie starts to get a bit twitchy, just a little bit concerned, and he starts. Well, he's kind of on the edges of the party, probably closest out of all of them to town right now. And he starts saying, "Well, if we're not going to do anything, we should probably discuss this elsewhere. I don't feel too comfortable making noise around, the entry. So I'm going to start moving in this direction."
We should be heading back.
Yeah, that's
some stuff.
So yeah, Ollie will lead the way back to town, because if they're not going to take any action, it's kind of dangerous to just be sitting out here talking right now.
I'm gonna do something actually. Yeah, I want to see if I can erase some of the tracks that we're leaving behind, because I don't want them coming back to the town, following us to the town.
Sure.
If they can.
Is anyone going to help with this?
I have prestidigitation.
Yeah, ditto, actually.
Just spamming prestidigitation behind us.
Just Gabriella with a broom. Just swiping.
I wasn't thinking about that, but that's totally what would happen, yes.
I mean, just animate the broom. Oh my god! Mateus, the broom from that session.
Just use your mage hand.
Yeah, just a mage hand appears and starts like doing a sweeping motion. But it's very odd because it seems like there's only one hand, but it's proficiently sweeping stuff away with an invisible broom.
Yes. Okay, so you're going to head back to town.
Yes.
Yeah.
The travel there does take another hour. So if you want to take another short rest,
Yes. Actually, to be fair, does Oliver have healing spells?
I have healing spells. What do you need?
Oh, I was just mentioning because if we take another short rest through travel.
Then you could use pop your 2, or your 1.
Sure.
How many spell slots do you have at this level 2? You should have 2.
Just the 2.
Okay, so you could use those 2 on like perhaps Ichika, and then just get them right back.
Sure. I mean, do we not just want to go all the way back though?
Well, this is like on the way back. We're traveling to the city, but on the way we're taking a short rest.
Got you.
It will take a while to actually get that long rest.
Yeah, so Ichika back in top shape would be preferable.
Yeah.
Probably, honestly, Ichika, and if you have...
I clicked it by accident, and like... I'm sorry, but heal 13.
That is all.
I was at 12 wounds. I was in pain.
Yes. Okay. Would anyone else like to heal anyone else?
I have 2 spell slots.
I'm gonna keep my spell slots for shenanigans' sake.
There are 3 people that are still wounded.
I technically only have 1 wound because I accidentally applied my the average for my next level, so I should only have 1 wound. Yeah, so I'm fine.
So that's why you have more HP than us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you have the same HP as Jiro. I was like, what? You already leveled up. Yes, I see.
Wait a second, did it roll 2d8?
No.
What? How do you get it to? So, oh no.
Let me change that.
Let me roll 2d8. I messed it up really bad.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Let me just roll 2d8 without the modifier. Oh no.
You would just have...
Oh, right, because you cast everything at 2nd level.
Yep.
Yeah, that's correct.
You just have to change the spell directly.
There you go. Another 9.
Honest? Yeah.
You actually give that 2nd heal to somebody else and just top them off. If
Would
you use them
put me
both.
at 2 wounds.
The first person would get 10, and the second person would get 6 and 6, 12.
I say, my thought
Unless you want to give it to both to Ichika.
The 12
I think it might
heals
be better to heal. I think it might be better to heal Jiro.
If that was the first target, it'd be at a 10. So it'd be at 2 wounds.
Sure. Then Jiro's full.
So yeah.
I mean, I'm just recommending it because either me or Jiro are acting as our front line.
Yeah.
So it might be smart to give one of us the heals, just so we have full health front line.
I wonder why it didn't work.
Because it was a 1st level spell. The slot does not matter for Fancy Grounds. But I have changed both your Cure Wounds and your Armor of Agathis to be 2nd level.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's just something I have to do manually.
Gotcha.
So for the rest of the day, are we essentially doing shenanigans time?
Hold on.
I want to do shenanigans.
You assume the town's still there when we get back.
You know?
Well, that's fair.
I actually did that to a group.
Oh my god.
You jerk. I would totally do that too.
They had a
How
choice.
The other enemy or troll got it because you weren't there. Do you feel happy, Euro?
I'm just waiting for null swarms.
Yeah.
At town.
Well, if it's null swarms, then we have no chance, and we've been underpaid for this job. So let's leave.
And they have resistance to our weapons.
Yeah,
we
because
can't match them.
Actually, the swarm part would only affect like Gianna and Hunter. The rest, everyone has a +1.
Well, I mean, again, I guess. No, I use Shillelagh anyways. Mine's already magic.
But yeah.
Well, I also have magic. So.
It only affects Hunter. If you are fighting any type of swarms. Okay, so as you head back to town, Do you go back to the loving wife?
Well, I'd go
I
back there.
guess.
First,
No, we go to the degenerate husband.
Woo! I'd say Gianna will want to go back there first, and she'd want to talk to Menelaus,
abusive
I believe
husband.
his name.
Menelaus.
Not
Yes,
Menelaus.
he
No,
was
he's the bard.
the.
I want to talk to Nicholas actually, because he was one of the
Okay.
mine workers.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, he was.
Yes.
Okay. I was just looking at my list of NPC names and he wasn't there. Then I realized this is the random NPC names. That's why. Okay. So, as you head back to the loving wife, a figure that all of you but Oliver would know as Priest Woodrow is there.
Oh, fun. The priest.
As he sees you enter, he raises a hand towards the group, but it's up to you what you wanted to do. What? Because from what I gathered, you are all dividing yourselves. So where does each part of the party goes?
I'd be first stopping by my flight path is I'm going to stop by and talk to one of the mine workers and then go into town to buy some stuff. So that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Oliver's going back to the inn.
Mm-hmm.
Jiro will stop by the mines and see if he can't procure some dynamite without anyone seeing him.
Okay.
Man, is that... I can't be first to end up with like 6...
I want to text the survivors that I saved and see if I can draw and ask them politely to get dynamite.
Okay.
I'm just sitting here trying to rock.
That's what I would have done. Sorry.
I mean, I'm tempted to try to find a way for me to also procure dynamite.
Not caring about the dynamite, she's just gonna head to the inn.
Okay.
So me, Hunter, and Edmund are gonna try and persuade the miners to give us dynamite, while Jiro just tries to steal some.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'll give you some dynamite, and then they just see Jiro stealing shit, and they open the door. Jiro stealing shit.
Hoarding hundreds of dynamite sticks.
What you doing here? And about that? I thought you were Japanese, not American.
Yeah.
I just love the image of Jiro seeing that, just like flicks the light and just everything's gone. It's just like, nope, not dealing with these consequences.
Or just the Looney Tunes lights a matchstick, a matchstick, and then lights the entire thing on fire and explodes.
Lights the entire mine on fire. The island explodes.
Depending on if the dynamite's really old, all he had to do is just drop it.
That's not how dynamite works.
Okay, let's start with the in group then, which would be Ichika and Oliver. So you two, what are you doing in the inn?
Oliver's probably just resuming what he normally does and playing, vacillating between playing and talking to the innkeeper, anybody else who's there, making sure they're comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Ichika?
So she's mostly just eating at the bar, just eating some fruits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As you stand there eating fruits, Priest Woodrow would make his way toward you. As he approaches, he would first nod, then say, "Good afternoon, Ichika. Where would your friends be at this time?"
They've gone all about town, trying to procure something to deal with an old den.
Oh, so that seems to be the source of the demonic presence? Knows?
It's what we've found. Knolls, as they are, I don't believe it's too early to the demonic presence, but they are a good sight otherwise, nonetheless.
That's what I was thinking too. They are way too low in the scale to cause this much trouble to the contractor. As I had told you yesterday, before we arrived, I headed to Our Lady of Tinos to ask a friend about things that were missing from the church. The information I got was worse than I had anticipated. It seems that a large quantity of rare gems has been stolen from the church banks, from Tinos, from Greece in general. A multitude of different prices, value, and location, but seems to have targeted mostly the church reserves.
That was odd.
I do not know how well versed you are in the arcane arts, but this seems to have a purpose. Many high-level incantations require gems as resources. I feel inclined to believe these two have a connection.
I've seen a few such things in my time working as a mercenary for the association, but with this many, are you thinking some sort of high-scale ritual is being undergone?
Yes. From what my friend Dorothea could actually explain, it is different. It is uncommon what has been happening, since most of the gems, most of the precious stones are of very low value, which leads me to believe that this is being planned to leave as little marks as possible.
Any remaining doubt that gnolls are the major problem here? They would never be able to do such high crime.
Yes, I certainly do not believe that it would be mindless gnolls that would have such a precise plan of attack. But she did lead me on a trail. Sadly, it is on Panormos, the town further west from here on the island. she says that one of the smaller temples there has a few of these gems that they use for smaller rituals. So she thinks that it may be a source of an attack. I shall be heading there shortly. I stopped here just because I knew that you would be staying here and I wanted to let you know.
Plans were to rest up and attack the Nolden at our full strength. But if you can make it in time, we would be sure to head over there.
He nods. While I thank you, the travel there would cost me approximately a day, so I don't expect to meet you there unless you had a car, which I don't expect anyone in this island to actually own one besides the mayor. Or some
Yo, guys, we're stealing from the mayor now.
or some kind of magical transportation. But do not worry about that. I can handle my own well enough. I would much prefer if you actually found with these snows or in this mine of theirs, if they are indeed using the mine to procure more of these gems, if they are in any way related to this cause, or if they are just the very loud distraction.
Be sure to find what we can from these beasts.
He nods. May our Lord bless our journey.
Sure, that.
He smiles and leaves and goes to one of the waiters to pay for his bill and then proceeds to head out if not interrupted.
She is a very
yes.
non-interrupting girl.
Oliver, you from the stage, if you would like to roll a performance check.
Sure. I likely won't get another chance.
This is the second time you've said that.
I know.
A 26.
Say again?
A 26.
Yes.
Your song and your performance gathers some clapping, some cheering from the small crowd that is having a very late lunch at this time, and some coins do fall in the hat that is in front of the stage.
Outstanding.
You would get like a silver piece because it's like $1 is a copper piece.
$10.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pretty good haul.
Yeah, but I mean, you rolled a 26. And you would also see this conversation, not hear it because you're playing, but you would see this conversation of this weird. Have you ever seen the picture of Priest Woodrow?
I'm afraid not.
Let me get it for you. NPCs, Woodrow, bam. This boy.
Oh, what's with that staff?
It's just a very, very fairy tale witch-like staff full of crazy things on top. But it was not visible at the time. He was just wearing this this very dark brown robe with his hood up, and the whole time during the conversation he had his hood up, and you could see that. Actually, are you more perceptive than Ichika? I think you are. Oliver, 14. Ichika, no, 15. So you would both see that he would be lightly tapping his foot to the rhythm of the song while the conversation was going on. And he would also be one of the people that throw a copper piece in the hat before leaving.
Oliver grins. He always enjoys it when people enjoy his work.
So, the other group, the Dynamite Gathering group.
Yeah.
Explosions.
Explosion.
Explode.
So, where? How are you going to approach the situation?
We know. Since we helped them into the hospital, we know that most of them are okay. So they probably would return to work in the next day or so, right?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
The first place to check, I guess, would be the mine itself, and just see if we find anybody that we recognize from that last night and talk.
Or we could ask Edmund, because he's a native of the town and he probably knows them.
Not Edmund.
Wait a minute.
Oliver.
I'm a native here now.
Oliver, sorry, Oliver. Whoops. Alright.
Yes, but for that you would have to actually have gone with him.
Alas, I am not with you.
So here's the stupid plan. Because of how wild shape
Oh god.
works, I can take anything on me.
Yes.
So if I can get my hands on one stick of dynamite.
So if Jiro fucking manages to steal some, you could go with him and do the stealing part, while me and Hunter try and go for the barter part, or distract at the very least.
No, there's no dynamite in this cat.
In this cat, this magical cat.
Yeah.
There's no dynamite in this ape.
Just stuff the dynamite into the throat of the cat. What are you talking about?
This is just a spider we see.
Very explosive.
His name is Dave.
Anyway.
The rat bomb, don't you know? We use them in hunting.
But okay.
Anyway.
So what is the approach? And is Jiro actually going to divert from the group and try to steal it?
Well, if negotiation goes nowhere, then yes.
Could we have asked Oliver where these guys are?
What?
Could we have asked Oliver where the guys were?
We know where the mine is, so.
No, the people there.
Yeah, the answer would probably be the mines.
Okay.
Since they weren't.
I mean, there's
hurt. Like.
Where are their houses? Do you know where they live?
Oh, he wouldn't give you that information.
Where are they? Yeah, just go to the mine and attempt to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Goes to the mine. Mine closed.
Mine closed.
Well, that means they're not using the dynamite.
Yeah,
we're gonna attempt diplomacy.
Okay.
If they're there.
And we're gonna end up with thievery.
With thievery, yes. Okay.
The secret ingredient.
As you head back to the mines, the group would no. The group that were there and that you saved would notice you arrive and wave at you from down in the quarry.
Gianna will give a dainty little wave.
But in the let me open the mine map just so I can show what I actually mean by things. Marble mine, this one. Oh lord, it's a chunky map. I forgot about that. Share.
Fear the power of the chunk.
The chunky map, yes.
The chunk.
So if you go down, you see that there is a small meet and greet area where they store all their things and eat and stuff. And are you going there or are you going down in the quarries?
You said most of the people we recognize are currently like in the quarry.
Not all of them. There are some down there.
Do I see Nicholas specifically?
Don't go messing with his friend.
He would be down there,
that's the
yes.
perfect target.
We saved your life. Give us dynamite.
Give us dynamite. He is down there, yes.
She'll like stand at the top where the thing is. It's like, is it okay for civilians to come down for just a moment? I have a question.
More like
They from everyone down there, they would like look at each other, a bit confused, but then he would approach you. And wait, actually, I'm on the wrong Instagram thing. I forgot to show this last time, but he does actually have a picture.
The boy.
He is art boy.
He has art. That means he's important.
He has art
That
boy.
means he has XP.
That means he has a name. That means
It also means he has XP.
He has a stat block. That means he can die.
That means he can bleed.
And then we enter the villain, Oliver villain arc.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be a surefire way to make Oliver a villain.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't want to.
What do you mean? It wasn't.
It
It was the dynamite.
It was just a prank,
Mighty
bro.
accidents.
Look, don't worry about his acid wounds.
Anyway,
yeah. So he would approach you, like patting his hands, his face. It's interesting because what you expect from a miner is normally coal and black spots, but as it's a marble mine, it's all white spots. And everyone wears brighter clothes because it's easier to not notice all the white spots instead of a darker clothing.
We should also ask if they have a map of the old mine, maybe.
yeah, that's what's going to be my next question. I was going to like tier it up to be like, let's do with small requests and then get to the big one.
Yeah.
Okay. He would get near the stairs in the bottom, and he looks up at you with a hand above his eyes to protect him from the sun. And he would ask, Good afternoon, lady. Sorry, I forgot your name.
It is quite alright. It is Gian. And she'll speak in Greek.
Okay. He will raise an eyebrow and continue in Greek. Sure, Lady Gianna. Do you need anything? Do I need to go up there?
Oh, it's... I have a series of logistical questions. We've had some recent trouble, and I've heard you know a little bit about the mining situation, so I just would like to ask you a few things, if that's okay.
He nods to you, shouts something to a guy that is behind him, like, I'll be right back, or something, and goes up the stairway, the ladder. I always get those two mixed up because Portuguese doesn't have a differentiation.
Goes up the elevator.
Goes up the elevator.
Escalator.
Oh god. He doesn't. He goes to shake your hand, but then stops himself.
She has on like white gloves, so she'll just hold out her hand anyway and smile.
Oh, he notices and smiles back, shakes your hand. So, what mining questions do you have in mind? And he asks with a furrowed brow.
Yes, well, this is. She kind of lowers her voice and goes, kind of like in a giddy sort of way. This is a bit hush hush, but is it okay if I ask for a little piece of marble?
Oh,
marble.
I just need a little. I just want a little. I'm sorry. geology's a little bit of an interest of mine, and I've never seen marble quite like this. So I just wanted a small sample so that I could study it and examine it, that sort of thing. If that's okay, if it's infringing on people, then I can pay for it, maybe, depending on how much it is. But if I could maybe just get a small sample, like
He looks a bit around himself, shakes his head. I'm sorry, but I'll have to go down there to get it.
Oh, that's quite all right. I'm not in any particular rush at the moment. So when you get done with your shift, if you go back to the loving wife, I'll be there most of the day, so you can give it to me then.
Ah, sure. Yeah, that's my house. Yes.
Oh, that's right. You do. That's correct. I'm sorry. I'm a little frazzled. Anyway, that was question one. So thank you. She'll like shake his hand again, like seem really enthusiastic about it.
He's just awkwardly smiling.
Question two. Are there any other old mines around here? Because we've heard some rumors, I guess you could say, that there's also been other attacks similar to last night's elsewhere. So we want to know if there are any other mines in the immediate vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
And if you had any knowledge about them.
Sorry, did you say old mines or just mines?
Mines.
Okay. Sure, there are. There is another mine on the other side of the island. There is one further northwest. But do you know anything specific?
There was she starts like thinking for a little bit. There was one that was off the main road towards Lishnaftia that we've heard something about. There was we were investigating a smell off in that direction. We couldn't really find anything, unfortunately. But they say there's a mine there, though it seems to be in a rather strange location.
He I don't know how to express this, but he like opens his mouth in a surprised face. Oh, sorry. Just when people talk about mines, it's normally marble mines. That one was a coal mine that was shut down like years ago.
Really?
Yeah, like many. I think I was like a child when that happened, or even before that.
Oh, well, it's been a long time then. Well, that's not as helpful. I guess it wouldn't be too much to ask if there was any old blueprints that you have, or blueprints. Sorry, maps or basic layouts of that. If that would be here, or if that would be in Lishnaftia, or if that's even a thing.
That would. You would have to. I think the person that could do that to you, to give that to you, maybe the mayor.
Oh, okay, I know who he is. So I might have to talk to him. Thank you.
Yeah,
that at least.
I don't think my boss or anyone here had any association with it, since it isn't marble.
You never know. Older miners might have transferred to this one. No harm in asking.
Sure, I don't know where I heard the stories from that mine, from the fact that it existed, if it was here, if it was just at home, because there's a lot of stories being told in that place. But yeah, it was probably the mayor. He probably has something. It is near us. If Mayor of Tino's doesn't have it, maybe the mayor of the other town.
Okay, that's at least narrows it down. Thank you. Then, she kind of pauses and
Here
looks
it
back
comes.
at the group, like, and then she'll definitely lower her voice and speak not in Greek. Are we sure we're gonna ask this?
That question was for Hunter and Jiro. And Edmund.
Yes, Edmund.
Yeah.
So the question was if it
Do we want to actually ask about the dynamite, or like not risk it and just steal it?
It's best to ask first.
I want to ask for it. I mean, I'm asking for like just 1 or 2 sticks,
dynamite.
and if we can get more, we only need like 1 or 2 to get a distraction.
Well, we're not using it for distraction.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about out of character. Sorry.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so then she'll turn back to Nicholas. This is last thing. I'll let you get back to work after this. But
you raises an eyebrow?
She's like trying to formulate this to sound like the least crazy way to say this.
The less crazy or criminal way to say this.
And just say, I'm just gonna step forward and say, we would like a few sticks of dynamite, if you can spare a few.
Or we can purchase them.
He raises the other eyebrow.
You see, we're hunting something something unusual, and we'd appreciate some assistance in clearing up this mess, so that we don't have a repeat of what happened here. Gestures to the ground. You know.
He nods with a understanding but confused look.
We're how should I say it? We're smoking something out. We figure bangs either lure them out to attention, or take them out, or make them I don't know how to say this, or make them afraid. I guess I don't know, run away, or flee in panic. And we figured that we could use a couple of stuff that we saw last time. We saved you, you know.
He nods. So you want to blow up mine? Is that what I'm getting at?
Potentially, but that would be disadvantageous, of course. Last resort. But I'm saying that we would like to use it to draw some attention to a certain area. Using them as like firecrackers, but more extreme.
It's plan C? No, more like plan Z. It's the best way to describe it.
If you want firecrackers, that it would be easier to get. Dynamite is not something that we get here. It's imported from mainland. So I don't think I can just give it out.
Could you potentially sell it?
That would need to be with the boss.
Well, you can talk to your boss and maybe tell him that if we do this, you won't be having as many incidents in the future. No, sorry, that sounded a bit rude, but you know what I'm saying. Last night.
Yes, I understand your point, but it's not something that it's common, to be just attacked by savage animals in the night. But sure, I can talk to him. I don't know how well that will go.
If you want to be attacked, I don't care.
You want to be attacked? I don't care. Don't say it like that. There's. It's if all we ask is you ask. If nothing happens of it, then there's nothing we can do.
He just nods. I'll do my best. Let me just check one thing. I would like to make this yes, and I would like to make this sure. go.
Nice.
So many rolls.
You see, that's the amount of initiatives that the miners are going to have because there's the mind control. They're going to attack us and with dynamite itself for the extra irony.
Holy wow. Okay, so yeah, this is just sad, isn't it? So I rolled just a general persuasion check for everyone. The only person that succeeded the DC, because it rose for everyone in the party, was Ichika.
Hey.
Everyone else failed.
I am very persuasive.
As I saved them and got a natural 20. 2 natural 20s.
No, it's because it rose against the DC. Hunter rolled a 4. Edmund rolled a 6. Jenna rolled a 3.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that was
Wait,
right.
did I get a 2?
Oliver didn't roll anything because he wouldn't be doing this.
He got an 11.
I got +4 to persuasion.
Yeah, and you got exactly the DC. That was the highest roll.
So if I got a 2, can I get an inspiration?
Sure.
Yes! Haha! Oh well. As long as I get my piece of marble, I don't care.
Okay. He just pats one hand against the other. Anything else that I can help you with?
No, I believe that's it.
Yeah.
Well, that's all. Well, I suppose I better get moving. We should probably
need to go talk to the mayor, potentially get those layouts.
Or we just head out. I'm not saying. We just head out to next island. If these guys don't need help, then well,
let's not get hasty, Mr. Mercenary.
Well, you're not wrong. But I'm just saying. All we need is 1 or 2 or 3 emote sticks. Now we're not asking for the entire box that we saw last night.
It's true. As you leave the mine, you see just Nicholas just scratching his head a bit, looking at the ground as you go away, and then slowly making his way back to work.
She gives.
Hey, let's get a drink afterwards tonight. Well, wait, hold on. What time is it?
It's
are we going
around
tomorrow?
Like 3.
Yeah, so we're going. So the long rest is 3, so that's 11 o'clock. So we're going back at like in the night.
No, that's assuming we can take a long rest right now.
Yeah, I'd say we go in the morning.
Yeah.
Like let's.
the plan was for a long rest. I assume.
I'll invite him. Then I'll invite him to maybe or something.
Sure.
Let's see.
I need a drink. I'm out of here. You know where to find me.
I'm going to go find the mayor and see if I can procure some plans, and then also do some shopping.
Maybe you can find some firecrackers or dynamite. I said jokingly.
Dynamite, but firecrackers, maybe. Who knows? Anybody want to accompany me, or am I just going on my own? Will I have gap again?
I'll go. Well, these look like these workers will still all be working for a while, so why not?
Yeah, might as well go with you.
Never mind.
Mr. Giro?
Jiro's gone. Already stealing dynamite.
No, Jiro nods, sort of, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going back to Mistress Ichika." And then he heads back towards the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, then see you then.
So, how do you exactly? Oh wait, is he coming with us? I forgot.
Yeah, no, he's leaving.
Okay, cool. We're on the way. No, never mind.
Wait, who was the he in your question?
I kind of wanted to tease him a little bit.
And he's leaving right now, so if you want to get a jab in.
I mean, aren't we walking in the same way to the town?
Wait. Who are you talking about?
Jiro, I believe.
Jiro.
Ah, okay. Sorry. I thought for some reason it was Nicholas, and I was like, what? No, wait. Okay.
No, Nicholas is gone.
Yeah.
We're out. I told him I'm gonna drink later tonight.
Yes.
Maybe
Oliver will
sneak me some
eventually make
dynamite.
his way to the beach.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
So what was the banter that was going to happen on the way to the inn?
I kind of wanted to ask him about his relationship to his master.
He gives you a scathing look. Turns
I
around.
didn't say a
and
romantic.
Keeps on walking.
I just said, what's your relationship?
I think he took it as an insult.
Well, can't say I didn't try to open up to the guy.
This is in the worst way possible, American. Anyway, let's go meet this mayor. I like to do my things before the daylight ends.
Okay.
Right, we search for the mayor.
Yeah.
Are you going to search for the mayor then?
Yes.
Okay. There is indeed a... Wait. How the fuck do you say that in English? I don't think I've ever had to know this.
Say it in Portuguese.
Prefeitura.
That.
Please? The city hall.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Council hall, city hall.
Prefecture also works. And it's a closer translation. Okay, there is indeed a city hall that is open to civilian access. But we will start this conversation with the mayor next time on the next session.
Okay.
Alright. We've
been going for, once again, half an hour past.
Many talks were had.
Yes, half an hour past the time that I had set for this, but I think that going half an hour later is okay with my old folks. But yes, thank you once again for playing. I can tell you now that nothing will interrupt your long rest, and you will most likely have it next session. So if you want to add the 4th level to your character by dragging the designated class to your character sheet, you may do so.
Okay.
I have already done so.
So then I can long rest you after.
Here.
Did I do that correctly?
I don't know. Let me see. Oliver. Let me just check.
Well, I have more HP, so.
Yeesh. At 31. Yep. And you gain.
I think it was at 26, right?
I think I made a
So,
mistake. I made a mistake.
Wait, it didn't add it correctly because it didn't add my Constitution modifier. It should have been 5 + 2.
Should have.
It did correctly.
Oh, okay.
6 plus 5. Wait. What?
Something's wrong with my sheet because it didn't and add the correct ranger to it.
Yeah.
I was saying, looks like I'm good.
Remove it. Ranger. Yep. And then your HP was
8. It's always average.
no, yeah, but what it was 15 plus the average for ranger is 6 plus 5 11. So 15 plus 11 plus 11, it's 22, 37. No, 36. Yeah, so it's correct. So you can now add the 4th ranger arcane archer.
Man, I am terrified. Look at my max HP.
Why do you have 27 max HP?
Because I think I rolled really bad for my first 2 levels.
Oh no.
And
I just want to stick with the average from here on out, boyo.
yeah. No, that's what I'm doing. I'm just staring at the fact that I'm just below. I have a +1 con mod. I don't understand.
27 is alright with that.
Yeah.
Not as a frontliner, though.
Look, I'm an AC tank, not a health tank.
Okay.
Yep.
Not that it matters.
I will check everyone's HP and stuff later.
Please.
Because I think something is wrong with Oliver's. But
Either that or I counted.
something like that. Because the average is 5 times
+2, right?
It's 3 is 15 times 3 is 15 plus 6 would be 21 plus the starting would be 10. That's correct. It's 31 the max.
Okay, good.
Banter is
I
also
might
correct.
Hop off.
Yep. Thank you for coming, Shady Boy. We'll see you in 14 days if everything goes according to plan. Thank you all for playing once again. Thank you everyone in chat for watching once again. We'll be back in the 30th of April if everything goes according to plan. People are ending with their school semesters, so we may not have a game depending on how cluttered the schedules are, but we'll see. So say goodbye, friends.
Bye.
Bye now.